all praises to the Most High in the name of Yeshua. We thank Him for giving us breath and another Sabbath in an effort to bring forth His Word. Okay? Now, I would like to say this clearly. Some people out there might ask why we don't teach some of the things you can normally hear in a Christian church. And the reason is, what would be the benefit of teaching what you can get on every pagan church corner in the earth? That's futile. If you want to learn what they're teaching in the church, then why did you leave the church? Okay, so some people ask why we go into the mysteries of the Bible and get and receive a higher understanding to answer them. But the reason we don't teach what you can see in a Christian church every day is because you probably already know that. Okay? I don't know if there's something going on in the church where they repetitiously need to reassure the members certain things over and over again repetitiously. Alright? But what we try to do, we try to go into in-depth understandings and to give people an understanding of the universe and the world we live in. Not information to have us cope in a society we don't understand. And that's what a lot of Christian churches, it's more pacification. It's pacifying you and having you accept your current scenario or situation without explanation and to feel good in total ignorance. All right? Not to say that that's all the churches do, because the communion, the coming together, seeing other people who believe, saying in an overview before I go into the lesson. Some people may ask, well, why don't we hear more of Christ when we see some of your lessons? The reason they ask these questions is because they haven't learned or read Christ's teachings. Okay? They feel if you cater to their spirit, and that's teaching Christ. If you just teach of love and just teach of peace and unity and harmony, the psychological profile on that's Christ according to what you learn in the churches. But Christ is truth. That's what Christ is. You can't put Christ in a bubble or in one spectrum of what Christ is and say, okay, this is Christ. And anything outside of this package is not Christ. That's what the Christian churches have done. All right? They have actually put themselves within a cult of misunderstandings of the Bible and Christ. And they have built a wall or a barrier to say anything on the outside of this cult is a cult. All right? Let's see if we can get some understanding. Today, this evening, through the Spirit of the Most High, we're going to show you it's unfair. I'm going to say it's unfair because I think most people are ignorant when it comes to history to some degree, and it's not their fault. And I'm going to go into that. I'm going to show you why most people out there, and even the nations today, and the people who are waking up, are saying that the white man is the devil. I want to put that out there. Now, the reason they're saying the white man is the devil is when they look at current society and what's going on in the earth, they're looking at the hierarchy, and they see that the people who are controlling the earth at this time are primarily white people. And I'll say that's totally ignorant, because if you go into different times in society, when we were under the Persians and they were looking for our mass extermination and trying to kill us, back then we would say that the Persians were the devil. because they were the people trying to kill us. If we were under the Egyptian captivity, all the man-child, they were told to break the necks of all the young men that would come through out of the woman's womb. If we were living back in the Egypt's time, we would say that the Egyptians was the devil. It so happened that in 2 Ezra 6 and 9 it says Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. To let us know that Esau would be ruling at the end of the world. So all eyes are on Esau right now. So that's why everyone is bringing out this thing, well, look what the white man did, look what the white man did. But I'm going to show you that through history, the white man is doing this, and this teaching will put us in a global understanding of what we are fighting against, instead of pointing it directly to color. All right? We're not wrestling with anything that we can see. See, it's easy to point to what you can see and use that as an excuse to blame somebody. But it's the unseen. That's our biggest enemy. And the unseen is being used by other nations. Yeah. You got something? Okay. It's the unseen that are being used by other nations. And other nations in their hierarchy have used the unseen. It's easy to point to the white man now because we're at the end of the world, and it so happened that their rulership is last. All right? But I'm setting the stage to say, how can we trace the powers that be that are attacking us from ancient time to present time? We will attempt to do that this evening. So you can see the spirits that were over religion and over governments passed from one nation to the next, all the way to the present time, all to our present time, in our present, what you would call governments that are ruling the earth right now. All right? And this will give you more of a mindset of the earth on a global scale, on how powers change hands, how societies fall, okay, why it's aimed towards destroying us. I hope to go into this to have you understand. We're going to use some history, and I'm going to throw some names out there. I'm going to throw some information out there. Some I can expound on, and some I'd rather not talk about, because I don't want people going into some of the wrong things. But I'm going to show you, through the Spirit of the Most High, how this happened. Where you have secret societies, powers that are in place, who are controlled by spirits and demons. And how they develop that relationship to deal with these spirits on a regular basis to control us and eventually fight against the elect. Okay? Now, I have a lot of information, so I'm going to try to go through these things. And then after I'm done, we can open it for questions for those who don't understand. And if you don't understand it, some things you may have to go back and look at the rebroadcast. Just look at, a rerun, or go back and study the clip, and a lot of information will come. But it all started at the beginning. And I'm going to show you how this knowledge that are attacking and destroying this earth, that actually will result in us needing a new earth, where this began and how it went from society to society up until our current day elites. Okay? Up until our current time with our elites in the earth today. Now, I need you to go to Genesis 3rd chapter. And let's start at the first verse.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
It says that now the serpent of the field. We understand the serpent right here is the fallen one. Read.
Which the Most High Power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High hath said, Ye shall not eat of it.
So there was a fruit that the Most High forbid Adam and Eve to touch. Read.
Neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for the Most High doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened.
Your eyes shall be what?
Your eyes shall be opened.
Your eyes shall be open. And when your eyes are open, what?
And ye shall be as gods.
You shall be. It's what he was. So there's knowledge when he fell that he had that was not introduced. When he fell that he had that was not introduced to mankind. Now, and when you take of this fruit, read into this clearly. Read.
Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food.
So she seen it was good, she wouldn't took of this food or this fruit. Read.
And that it was pleasant to the eyes.
And it was pleasant to the eyes, not her physical eyes, because she could see physically. The old adage, knowledge is power. If you have knowledge of something, it automatically gives you an advantage over the rest. That's why she was able to trick Adam into doing it, because she had knowledge of something he didn't. Now, suppose we're living in a current day society where most people are dumbed down. But the people or the powers that control the earth have this knowledge that was given to Adam and Eve once they ate of this fruit. That would actually put a chasm in classifications of knowledge between the elite and the regular people. I'm going to show you how this agreement with Satan that was made when Adam and Eve fell was given to the elite of this earth to control and to fight against us. Right? Now think about this. Just imagine if the powers that be have this knowledge. Now the question is, did the serpent stop at Adam and Eve? The answer to that is absolutely not. Suppose this information that was given, or this wisdom that was given to Adam and Eve, was written in scrolls and passed from one civilization to the next to rule the masses. And yes, and suppose the elites and powers of this earth have this information, and it's the technology you see today. I'm going to prove that so, and I'm going to bring it all the way from the beginning up into our present day time. So the answer to that is absolutely yes. This knowledge of good and evil, or what you would call psychology, was used through all societies to control and to eventually destroy the children of the Most High. It's something deeper than that. You have the fallen one and his cohorts that fell from the heavenly realm, who now have lost the spiritual power to go before the throne of the Most High. And you know Lucifer promised to go before the Most High and take the Most High down. Let's go there. Let's go to Isaiah. And let's read the 12th verse.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12.
Read it.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer,
How did you fall from heaven, O Lucifer?
son of the morning?
He was called son of the morning because he was a morning star. He would sing before the Most High. There's angels before the heavenly throne called the morning stars. And every morning, that's the music you hear at the throne. Well, the Most High hears the throne. They would come before him and sing every morning. Lucifer was the leader of this. Read.
How art thou cast down, cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
This is what he said in his heart. This is his promise, to go back above the firmament of the heavens, or what we would call the ozone layer, go on the outside of the ozone layer, which is space, which is actually heaven, brothers and sisters. Read.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. This is showing us something here. That these space programs they're making, actually they're taking spirits out there to inhabit different parts of space in their little machines. These spirits are trying to get off Earth. Okay, they're not looking for water on Mars. The Bible is telling us exactly what's going on. And see, mankind is in agreement with these spirits for the knowledge these spirits under the fallen one have given them. Read.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north.
The sides of the north is due north, as far north as you can go. That's where the Most High is. But the Most High understands, listen, he's millions and millions of light years away from where we are. So there is no physical technology that can get Lucifer here to the north, to where the Most High is. But he kind of figured that he could make an agreement with the elites in this earth to use the earth as a tool and its technology to help him get to the north in that last. They believe, brothers and sisters, they believe that if they can help Lucifer regain his original form, that's why they call him the enlightened one, the illuminist, that he will get the power to give them immortality. This is what our elites and government powers are taught. This is what they believe. Read.
Verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
See, he will be the Most High. He will be like the Most High. So he wants that original position he tried to get before the Most High hurled him. So he's trying to get back his original form. And he needs mankind to help him. He was banished to earth. Okay, and through that, he's subject to the laws within this earth. So even if they need to destroy the earth to get the resources for him to fulfill his oath to get back before the throne, this is what they will do. This is what they are doing. Now, so I can't put the cart before the horse, because I said that I would go into some key information to let you see how this moved from one society to the next. Let's go to Ephesians, the 6th chapter.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Read it again.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Our real fight is not against flesh and blood, brothers and sisters. So it's a diversion. If you would just point and say, well, the white man is the devil. Okay? Or this man is the devil, or the black man is the devil, or the Persian man is the devil, or the Egyptians are the devil. It's futile because these powers that are controlling the earth, what I would say people, are only slaves to the spirits and demons who are giving them technology. Now, what they're doing is not right, and there will be a judgment for what they're doing because they are complicit to mass genocide and the promotion of sin all through the earth. But, all in all, we're not wrestling with flesh and blood. Okay? When Christ ran into a person that was vexed with a spirit or a demon, he didn't really deal with the person. He dealt with the spirit that had the person bound. And we tend to point to the people opposed to the spirit that's controlling the person. And then wonder, well, why don't we have power to cast out spirits? Why can't we do certain things? Why? We don't even recognize that it's not the person but a spirit. So how can you think about having power to do anything when you don't know what you're doing? It's like that there's spirits on people that you must recognize first. And see, this will have us against you and all that. You divert the whole situation by actually entertaining it and going back and forth with it. Because you're not wrestling with flesh and blood. There was a spirit that compelled the person to do certain things. And that's why Christ says, well, if they try to do something, turn the other cheek. Don't react to anything someone is doing, because now the spirit can now control you. So you can't react to a spirit. You're not wrestling with flesh and blood or a person. We're wrestling with spirits. And we're going to show you how these spirits have been allowed to run rampant in the earth. Someone might ask, well, why would God for their particular purpose? And I'm going to go into that. So you want to blame the Most High for something man is doing. Man have power to conjure in spirits, to conjure spirits. I'm going to go into that. This is going to give us a higher understanding of what we're fighting against. And let me tell you, I don't know whether or not they're going to let this video stay on, because we're going to go into some names, some dates. We're going to go piece by piece as much as we can to show you who's behind the evil and who is connected with Satan, and where was these meetings, how was the scrolls of the tree of good and evil passed down from generation to generation.
Against the rulers of the darkness.
The physical, we cannot be diverted. The agreement leading to the battle of Armageddon in the heavens. So we have to reveal who's doing this. The world. And for those who, what I would say, worship the gods, get knowledge and technology power over people. These people are so power hungry and so their ambition leads them to want to control. Or there was a god or a fallen god placed over every nation. So that's the understanding of worshiping idols and gods. And so you can prosper or to get rain or get any similitude of peace within your bounds. You needed to reverence, but not the children of Israel. All right. Now, children of Israel. All right. Now, He's our God. He's the children of Israel's God. So there's no need for an angel to be over us. Now, what happens when Lucifer gives them the understanding they can get above the rest of society if they link in with that angel that was put over them? And I hope I'm going to go into him also in a moment. Top sorcerer, Nostradamus. Things encompasses the tree of good and evil. This is what Satan produced in the earth to his elites. It's good to have all this knowledge and you can feel a certain type of way. Those were your doctors. But they were called witches and warlocks. Today, they're called practicing doctors. Okay, but they're warlocks, they're witches. Read.
or a charmer,
Or a charmer. All these things are needed in a society in order for the fallen one to fulfill his promise and to control the masses and to destroy us. And the Most High told us, stay away from all these things. Read.
or a consulter with familiar spirits,
Here's another thing. This is knowledge that was given to certain people the nations had to be able to connect with familiar spirits. Calling spirits, trying to call spirits from the dead. Yes. This is a lot. See, some brothers and sisters don't know the knowledge that was actually given from the beginning. The knowledge that Adam and Eve was able to partake into. And I'm going to show you that our elite have this understanding and was able to market this and put it in society in an effort to destroy us. See, but they knew we would wake up too. They knew we would wake up to the game and what they were doing. So they targeted our genocide at the same time that we would wake up. Okay? Read.
or a wizard,
Or a wizard. That's a male witch. That's like your witch doctors over in Haiti, over in Africa, these different that are over the Roman Catholic Church. These are all wizards. Read.
or a necromancer,
Or a necromancer. And some people might ask about, am I saying doctors or witches and warlocks? The word is pharmakeia. Pharmakeia is pharmaceuticals. So they are sorcerers. They are prescribing you medication or potions. See, back in ancient and Druid times, in Celts times, in ancient Babylonian times, they were called potions. Now, they're called drugs. Okay? Let's get necromancer.
Necromancer.
Go ahead.
Hebrew reference H 1875.
Go ahead.
Darash, a primitive root properly to tread or frequent, usually to follow, for pursuit or search, by implication to seek or ask, specifically to worship. Ask at all, care for, diligently inquire, make inquisition. Necromancer. Question.
These are actual people who have linked into the spirit. Okay, so these things must have been prevalent in society with the Gentiles if the Most High made a distinction and told us, listen, these are the people I want you to stay away from, and don't do these things because you must link into fallen spirits to have this particular power. The power I will give you is different. The power I will give you will be through faith and through actually what you would call necessity. Why did the Most High part the Red to get to the other side before Pharaoh killed us? So that was through necessity. It wasn't just because the Most High wanted to do a magic trick. All right? And that's the power we have through necessity if we link into Christ. But we are not supposed to go into these practicing to conjure spirits into their psychology to be able to do these particular things, because you take on a spirit. You take on a demon. Now that the demon has power over you and you are a slave to this demon operates, invited this spirit in, but it don't stop there. It don't stop with you being a necromancer or a witch. Something comes with all that. It's your soul. Chapter and verse.
1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare to fight Israel. And Achish said unto David, Know said Saul unto his servants, Seek me a woman that hath a familiar spirit. You go familiar spirit at Endor. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment, and he went and 2 men with him.
I'm going to give you the name, and I need you to conjure this spirit for me. Now Samuel was dead at this time. So before this, Saul would get advice from the prophet of the Most High, Samuel. But now Samuel was gone. So he sought out a witch who had the power to do this. Read.
Verse 9. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul hath done, and how he hath cut off those that have familiar spirits.
And Samuel spoke and said, Listen, you shouldn't have woke me up, but I'll tell you what, you going down. You're going to lose. You will die through this. But I'm just showing you a part of what we're wrestling against, that are in your White House, that are in Buckingham Palace, that are in your high government places. This is what they do. Now just imagine that they had the power to call some of the most evil and vile rulers of our past for information. They do. I don't want to get too deep up in here. Let's go to Daniel's, the 2nd chapter. This is the belief system. What I'm showing you, brothers and sisters, are the belief system over all religion in the earth. You notice in the Christian church, there's a thing where people shaking and screaming and speaking in themselves, and the music is playing. I'm going to show you what that is about also. And how through religion it's ritualistic. It's all rituals. Smoke going on and in the Catholic Church, and idolatry and music going and organs going. What is this all about? I'm going to show you. Read.
Daniel chapter 2 verse 1.
Daniel's 2 and 1. Read.
And in the 2nd year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar.
Now I'm going here to show you how from society they were dealing with certain spirits. Now think about this. Even in ancient Egypt, Moses would do a miracle, and the Egyptians, their wizards, would do a miracle to show you the Most High's power versus the fallen one's power. It didn't just stop with Egypt. Once the Most High took down Egypt, Satan packed up his bags and got another empire ready to go against us. And another power-hungry ruler who would actually get ingenuity and technology from him to eventually come against us. And I'm saying this to say, if we just focus, listen to me clearly, brothers and sisters, if we just focus on the white man, we are totally off base in understanding the biblical concept. Okay? I'm going to tell you, if most white people knew what the elites were doing, they would fight against what the elites are doing. Believe me. prophet from some place or some old demon from some place to give them information. Most white people can't fathom that. Okay, not anyone. If we understood what they did in dark corners, in dark places, in these little secret chambers they have, all over the earth. Read.
And in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams,
Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams, read.
wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. Then the king commanded to call all the magicians and the astrologers.
Then your president, Barack Obama, this guy as their, what you would call, international advisor. Brzezinski, the one that was behind what you would call setting up Afghanistan's and all what's going on with them to topple Russia. The foreign administration under Brzezinski. And if you look at this guy looked like he crawled out of hell. This particular guy was the advisor for all the presidents almost since after Lyndon B. Johnson. What is this dude hanging around for? He's one of their top wizards. Okay? And now he's sitting with Barack Obama. All right? Now, I need you to go to Isaiah 19 and 13. Isaiah 19, of all the nations, so that Israel can rise. Protection is the full armor of the Most High. To find out what's going on in our lives, we must seek the Most High. All right? Now let's go to Daniel 9 real quick.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 26.
9 and 26. Now when you go read Daniel 9, it primarily goes into all the powers and this one spirit that would come up in the earth, which is the spirit of Antiochus Epiphanes, which would destroy the children of Israel. Now, as you can see, when you read Daniel 7 through Daniel 9, it talks about the Babylonian Assyrian captivity, the Persian Medo captivity, where the nations were destroying us. And it talks about matter of fact, let's get that, where it says the king of Persia withstood it. Then we go back to Daniel's 9. Daniel's 10, the water brother, Daniel's 10, and let's start at the 12th verse.
Daniel chapter 10, verse 12.
And I'm showing you how this understanding that all the rulers get, how they get this from the left-hand side, and that this happened all the way up until our present time with Barack Obama, the Pope, all of them. Listen to this clearly.
Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thine heart to understand, and to chasten thyself before the Most High, thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days.
He says, but the prince of the kingdom of Persia. Now, that means Christ was sent to take down the Persian Empire through the Spirit to raise up the next kingdom that would come. After the Persian Medo Empire, you would have what empire? The Grecian Empire. But on the spiritual side, he was contending with this spirit for 21 extra days to show you there's a spirit over every nation. So this God over the Persians was fighting to keep the Persians in power. This is what we don't see. This is the unseen. Read. When the other empire comes, guess who goes over with the next empire and gets into the next king? Yes, the fallen one. And say, listen, I can give you knowledge to see, both good and evil. I can give you everything, but you got to help me do this. And then all his sorcerers, necromancers and wizards and all of that goes with the next empire, Satan's cabinet. Hope you're following me here. This is how this thing happens in the spirit. We see it in the physical, but something happens in the spiritual before there's a change of powers. Okay, let's go to Daniel the 9th chapter. Yeah, you can read it. Go ahead.
And now will I. Then said he, No shall come.
See that? He says, I have to do, he says, Daniel, I'm talking to you right now. But now, soon, I'm going to the prince to finish fighting with the prince of Persia. And then after that, the Greeks will come on the scene. The Greeks are next. Now look at this. See, if brothers and sisters know this, then they just can't point to a white man or this man. It's all in the hands of the Most High. Okay? The powers that be cannot help the time that was prophesied that they would be in power. If we were living under the Persians again, and the way they were treating us, and they tried to mass exterminate us during the time of Esther. If we were living under the Persians, you would have brothers standing talking about the Persians are the devil. They're the devil that the Torah and Tanakh speaks of. They're just focusing on one empire and not focusing on the grand scheme. Okay? Now, let's go to Daniel's 9. We're Daniel's 9? Let's get it. On one empire and not focusing on the grand scheme. Okay? Now, let's go to Daniel's 9.